Welcome to the Content Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Aaron Whitnish. Today I'm going to teach you a content strategy called the One URL Rule. And this is designed to have a single destination that you drive all your organic content traffic across all the different strategies that you're utilizing to one destination. So that way you can measure all the traffic that you're creating from all the different content assets, see how that's converting into leads for your business, and then what percentage of those leads become clients and what is the lifetime value of a client. So it actually helps you quantify and measure the performance of your content marketing. And this came off the back end of an audit that I did in December 2023. And I realized all the content efforts that I was doing across my personal brand as Aaron Whitnish and all the different business assets was scattered. We were sending people to Facebook groups, to different websites, to Messenger, and it's very hard to manage and measure the performance of all those different moving parts. So I said, okay, what's the primary outcome that we want to achieve in a business sense in 2024? And that was to have content only booked out with a wait list and to fill our client target number. And so that should be building up the traffic to the agency and getting people to download our lead magnet, which is a 30 days in 90 minutes content creation system, was the primary focus of all our different content strategies. So what I did was I converted our 7-page website at contentonly.au, which had services page, homepage, blog, contact page, all those different elements, essentially a brochure for the business, which most websites are. Transition that over to a landing page where there's an offer, which is a 30 days in 90 minutes content creation system, which is a free download, a visual of the offer, a screenshot of the video training that's there, a download now button so people could click on that, put their name and email in, and a testimonial under that. That very simple landing page replaced the full website. And instantly, because we mentioned the website in various podcast episodes, on guest podcast appearances and content posts, and then we also changed all our profiles. So if you go check out my social media profile or any of the business profiles, what it says is contentonly.au, the 30 days in 90 minutes content creation system, or create 30 days of content in 90 minutes, something along those lines. So now whenever anyone goes to our profile, they view that, they also go check out the website. So we're driving traffic from profile views across all the social media. So those simple tweaks, posting content and having existing content that drives back to contentonly.au, started sending organic daily traffic to the landing page that replaced the main website. And every day we started to get leads opting in, which is our CRM just in MailChimp, very simple tool. And I started to go, okay, so all the content assets that are currently out in place are generating this traffic. And that's evergreen. That's happening without me doing any additional work at the moment. And it's creating leads. So going from having a website that wasn't really collecting leads, it was getting chats and the odd person inquiring and contacting us, to now getting people in our CRM with the ability to contact them into an automated email sequence that starts building the relationship, plus getting access to our 30 days in 90 minute system for free, where they can get educated and understand the problems that we solve, how we do it, and then they've got the opportunity to implement it themselves and become a fan because they've got success without investing in us, and tell more people about what we do, which might drive more traffic, or those that are in a position to work with us and get it done for them because it's better use of their time and resources, apply and have the conversation to come and work with us. So that one tweak to send all traffic moving forward to contentonly.au, a single landing page, has completely transformed the business in just a few weeks. So my invitation for you is to consider what could be your one call to action. So if you're on a podcast adding value and the host says, how can people get in touch, or what's the next step from here? You can just say what I say, which is just go to contentonly.au and you can download the 30 days in 90 minutes content creation system for free, which is what I would have been talking about on the majority of podcast episodes. When I'm doing the podcast here and more people discover the show over the years, they go back through the library, they listen to episodes, they'll hear that CTA on the podcast, and then that'll continue to drive 24/7 evergreen traffic to perpetuity as long as we have the website and landing page up. So you can implement the exact same content pillars that I'm doing. So I've got the podcast. You don't necessarily have to podcast. You can be a guest on other podcasts. I mentioned how to do that in an earlier episode using Podmatch. You can get paired with hosts that are looking for expert guests in the industry to come and add value. And then they build their audience. They have more and more people listen to their podcast, and people that get to the end of the episode that you're a guest on, and you have a lead magnet or an offer that's free and can make their lives better, go check that out. join your database, and drive traffic to your site. So this is where it's really, really powerful. Then all your organic content that you create throughout the month, so posts, videos, you can have CTAs in that content where it's appropriate, saying, hey, if you want to learn more, go to contentonly.au, download the 30 days in 90 minutes content creation system for free, whatever your version of that is. And then also if you convert your profiles, as I said, we did, and that's had a huge impact, where people then go visit your profile, check out any of your social media pages, they see that first thing on the profile, and then they might go check out the landing page and the lead magnet that you've got there. So you're consistently driving this organic traffic just by making these micro pivots and getting leads. And then eventually you'll start to see, well, what percentage of leads progress and become a client or a strategy session, however you run your business. And then you can start quantifying the financial result of the average lifetime value of a customer and start attributing what the content marketing model and strategy that you're utilizing is actually generating for your business. So let's containerize this and make it actionable for you. So the first thing you need to do is have that hook. So if you're going to send all the traffic to one place, there needs to be a hook and a reason for people to want to go to that source. So what's your 30 days in 90 minutes equivalent? So just replace that headline with whatever the fast result in a short time frame is you can deliver for your target market that you can give away for free. So it could be a video, a training, a cheat sheet, a guide, whatever your version is, a trial, a demonstration, depends on what your product or service is. So whatever your version of that is, then you need a single URL. So something that's easy to remember for us, it's just contentonly.au. So something short and sharp. If someone heard it, they could type that in and get to the destination. You may have an existing website you could plug it into, or you could actually buy a separate domain name that's short, sharp, and easy and plug in a landing page into that. Now, how do you plug a landing page into a domain name? There'll be lots of videos on YouTube and Google that you can look up. It's really, really simple. So I use a tool called Lead Pages, and that's how I replaced our main website with the single landing page that just has the headline, the visual, the download now button, and the testimonial. It took 10 minutes to set up, and I just plugged it into my site. You might have a developer that can help you do that. And what I suggest, if you go to contentonly.au, you can just model and copy the layout and the structure that we've got, because it's converting at a very high percentage, and that would be due to the offer and also the simplicity of being able to get access and download the offer for free. So set up a landing page. A lot of tools like MailChimp and places like that actually have that technology inbuilt now, so you can often plug it in just about anywhere. They're really simple to do. And worst case scenario, if you really don't know how to do it, you can go on Upwork or any freelancer site and get someone to design one for you. And then once it's set up and it's live and it's connected to your CRM, or it's able to collect emails, that's where you're going to direct all the traffic from your content moving forward. So you just say whatever the URL is for that landing page and start mentioning that whenever there's a call to action. So when you're asking people to do a next step in your content, podcasts, guest appearances, videos, whatever your content strategy is, and just watch the numbers, watch the traffic start to increase and compound and grow, because all these real estate assets, content assets that you start creating online are just sources of traffic, of sources that can create traffic that people will keep discovering and coming back to this lead magnet. And then if it's a high converting offer, you'll consistently have people that are opting in and getting into your database that are potential clients for the future. So if you keep creating content assets, you're going to create more and more compounding organic traffic that keeps coming to this site and becoming leads. And that's one of the main focuses for our business this year, is to create enough organic traffic on a daily basis that we get enough leads that we have more demand than we can supply in terms of our content-only client services. So that's the model. You need your hook, you need your landing page, and then whenever you do content and you have a CTA, other than follow or subscribe or whatever it is, that's where you send people, and you always mention what the hook is. So I'll give the example as we wrap up this episode. So go to contentonly.au and you can download the 30 days in 90 minutes content creation system for free. And that'll also help you create your consistent content every single month that complements this one URL strategy and can start giving you data and numbers that you can measure the performance of all your content activities. So another thing I'd suggest is circle back to the podcast guest episode. Listen to that, because if you can start getting on podcasts, you've got people that have already built audiences for you that you can add value to, that's going to drive all the traffic for you, and that'll continue to grow as their podcast grows. So that's just a really leveraged strategy. And also the traffic that comes from a podcast episode that's spent 20, 30, 40 minutes listening to you and getting access to your expertise is a lot more qualified in terms of a lead, and it's going to be a lot further along the desire timeline to want to work with you in a paid capacity. So that's it for today. If you're not subscribed or following this show, make sure you do that so you catch all future episodes. And if you can leave a 5-star review on the platform you're listening on, it will help more people discover the show.